The first time I noticed her, I didn't even realize I was supposed to. It was late, past midnight, and the house was silent except for the hum of the old air purifier. I had just returned from a late maintenance shift at the orbital station when I sensed something unusual. A faint shimmer in the corner of the room, almost like light reflecting off an invisible prism. At first, I assumed it was a trick of the hollow panels or a reflection from the viewport. Then she stepped out, froze. Her skin was unlike anything I had ever seen. Pale, almost translucent, with subtle streaks of silver that seemed to pulse faintly as she moved. Her eyes were impossibly large, violet and multifaceted, scanning the room with a mix of fear and curiosity. Who are you?" I managed, my voice trembling more from disbelief than fear. The alien woman's lips moved. Then a translator embedded in her collar hummed softly. "Do not be afraid. I mean no harm. I need refuge." And blinked. "Refuge? In my house?" She nodded. "Please." I had nowhere else to go. I glanced around, trying to comprehend. Aliens hiding on human planets wasn't unheard of, but it was rare. Dangerous even. Yet here she was, standing in my living room, vulnerable and terrified. Something about her presence demanded trust. "Okay," I said cautiously. "You can stay, but you need to explain why." Her gaze flickered to the viewport, then back at me. "I am being pursued. Not by humans. By my own kind. They do not want me to leave. If they find me, I will be captured." Over the next few hours, I learned bits and pieces of her story. Her name, at least the closest human translation, was Neria. She had fled her homeworld after discovering something forbidden, a secret her people had tried to erase. They were a powerful interstellar species, known for their intelligence and psychic abilities, and for generations, they had controlled a network of colonies through strict adherence to secrecy. Neria had stumbled upon an archive, evidence that her species had deceived many other worlds, including humans, about past wars, interventions, and even treaties. She had intended to report it to the Galactic Council, but before she could, her own kind tried to eliminate her. "I only want truth," she said, her 4 eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. "And safety. I could not survive if they found me." I nodded slowly. There was something about her that felt honest, genuine. Not manipulative. Not threatening. Just frightened. "All right," I said. "You can stay here for now. But you need to trust me." She blinked, then nodded, relief washing over her expression. The days that followed were tense. Neria remained mostly hidden, using her psychic abilities to remain undetectable to electronic surveillance. I had to sneak supplies to her quarters in my home, setting up a small living space in the storage room. Despite her alien physiology, she adapted quickly to human food, sleeping cycles, and even the occasional joke. Slowly, a strange companionship formed between us. I learned to read her subtle cues, how the glow of her skin indicated stress, curiosity, or contentment. She learned human language nuances, laughing softly when I mispronounced words or used slang. One evening, I asked her about the secret she had uncovered. "They altered history," she said quietly. "They hid incidents where humans were betrayed, lied to, or harmed to maintain control. And they covered up their mistakes, claiming humans caused them. And you want the truth to come out?" "Yes." "Yes," she said firmly. "But I cannot do it alone. I need allies. I cannot trust my people to tell the truth. They see me as a traitor." Her words weighed on me. Humans were often criticized for arrogance or recklessness in the galaxy, but what she described was far worse. Deliberate manipulation of entire civilizations. And yet she risked everything to correct it. Then we'll find a way, I said. Together. Her eyes widened. Together. Yes, I said. You trusted me to hide here. Now we'll find a way to reveal the truth safely. Step by step. The turning point came when her pursuers arrived. I had just returned from a supply run when sensors alerted me to a vessel entering low orbit around my house. Alien craft. Sleek, silver, unmistakably belonging to her species. Hide, Neria whispered, but there was no time. They had tracked her psychic signature. I didn't think, I acted. I led her through the hidden passageways I had built, sending false signals to confuse the sensors. Then I confronted the intruders directly. You will not take her, I said, standing between them and the storage room. The lead pursuer's voice resonated in my mind before the translator could even speak. She is property. She belongs to the High Council. Stand aside, human. I said no, I replied, and in that moment I realized something. Fear could be a weapon, but courage, human courage, was far more potent. I had no powers, no advanced technology, only wits and resolve. But sometimes that was enough. Neria stepped forward, her glow flaring. She used her abilities, not to harm, but to shield and confuse the pursuers. Together we forced them into retreat, buying us crucial time. When the last ship vanished, I sank to the floor, exhausted but triumphant. Neria knelt beside me, placing a hand on my shoulder. You, she whispered. You are extraordinary. Not like the others. You risked yourself to save me again. I shook my head. We saved each other. In the weeks that followed, we coordinated with trusted allies in the Galactic Council to reveal the hidden archives. Neria's findings exposed decades of deception, clearing humanity's name and preventing potential conflicts. Her people, initially furious, had no choice but to comply once the evidence was public. Through it all, Neria stayed in my home, no longer hiding but still cautious. We had developed a bond, one forged by fear, trust, and mutual respect. She wasn't human, yet I felt a connection deeper than words could capture. She had entrusted her life to me, and I had done the same, in ways neither of us could have imagined. One quiet evening, as we watched the twin moons rise above the horizon, Neria turned to me. I never thought a human could be this reliable, she said softly. I feared my species. I feared betrayal. But with you. You trust me, I said. Yes, she whispered. And I will never forget you. Her glow dimmed to a gentle violet, serene and warm. It was a wordless promise, a memory etched into both of our lives. In a galaxy filled with fear, power struggles, and betrayal, one act of courage had created a lasting bond. Humans were often underestimated, their morality doubted, their empathy ignored. But in this case, it had been enough to save not just a life, but an entire future. And as Neria finally slept peacefully in the quarters I had prepared, I realized something profound. Sometimes, the most extraordinary heroism isn't celebrated in wars or victories. It's measured in trust, compassion, and the courage to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Years from now, when tales of the human who defied an entire alien species were told, one truth would remain clear. He saved her once, and she never forgot him.